Novak Djokovic detailed the early influences that shaped his approach to tennis and life. From a young age, he was introduced to a comprehensive regimen that blended physical, mental, and emotional preparation. His tennis coach, whom he refers to as his tennis mother, played a critical role not only in his athletic development, but in exposing him to practices such as visualization, classical music, and poetry. These tools were presented in a child-friendly way, helping Djokovic integrate mindfulness and mental conditioning into his routine well before he reached professional levels. He emphasized that tennis, especially as an individual sport, demands responsibility beyond physical skill, requiring players to manage their internal states under pressure. This multidimensional approach to self-care and preparation evolved over time into a broader spiritual and psychological framework that underpins Djokovic's sustained success. Djokovic credits consistent internal work, mindfulness, meditation, conscious breathing, prayer, and visualization as essential components of his performance and well-being. His early exposure to these practices matured into a deliberate formula adapted for varying circumstances, whether on court or in personal life. Despite decades of experience, Djokovic acknowledges ongoing learning in this area, viewing self-improvement as a continuous and adaptive process. His faith and spirituality also feature prominently, providing a connection to a higher power he feels intervenes during moments of extreme challenge. This spiritual dimension reinforces his resilience and determination, enabling him to face setbacks not only with acceptance, but with a belief in positive intervention beyond human capacity. Djokovic discussed the long-standing internal battle with feelings of inadequacy, particularly rooted in his early environment during times of political and economic hardship. His family circumstances, especially the responsibility felt towards supporting his family, created a driving motivation framed as a matter of survival. This foundational pressure manifested as a persistent sense of not being enough, which fueled both his work ethic and self-doubt. He described how this internal struggle evolved over time, becoming a dual force, a source of motivation, and a challenge to manage emotionally. Djokovic stressed the importance of managing this duality healthily, utilizing it to drive growth without being consumed by it, an equilibrium achieved through ongoing reflection and work. Djokovic explained that processing loss remains difficult regardless of career achievements. He requires time alone, often extended periods, to digest defeats without immediate social interaction or forced positivity. This personal space is necessary to navigate complex emotions and regain composure. He also highlighted the role of family, particularly his children, as a unique outlet during these moments. To restore emotional balance, Djokovic often uses nature for grounding, advocating outdoor walks or exposure to natural environments as effective methods for calming the mind. He acknowledged that distractions such as social media can be tempting, but can contribute negatively if not managed carefully. Therefore, his recovery protocol involves calming physiological responses before engaging in analytical reflection on performance. Acknowledging the social aspect of individual sports, Djokovic emphasized that environment plays a crucial role in performance and lifestyle changes. He pointed out the tension between individual responsibility and the influence of social and cultural surroundings, which may not always align with personal health or mental priorities. Creating supportive communities, even on a minimal scale, is vital for sustaining transformative commitments. He discussed the importance of constructive feedback from trusted sources versus the detrimental effects of negative or non-constructive criticism. Developing resilience to external pressures while maintaining openness to growth-fostering criticism is part of his continuous effort to balance external realities and internal goals. Reflecting on his journey, Djokovic described the profound shift in mindset from when he was the rookie competing against established legends to becoming the preeminent figure facing emerging younger players. Early in his career, admiration for icons like Pete Sampras and the challenge of overcoming dominant rivals shaped his ambitions and technique. Now, as the experienced leading figure, he views part of his role as a mentor and supporter of the new generation, sharing wisdom beyond on-court tactics to include mental and professional guidance. This reversal of roles presents both emotional challenges and opportunities for legacy building, as Djokovic embraces his responsibility to contribute to tennis's ongoing evolution. Djokovic candidly recounted the financial and emotional struggles his family endured during his youth, including wars, sanctions, and poverty in Serbia. His father's sacrifices, involving difficult decisions and risks, particularly financing his tennis aspirations, formed a core narrative in Djokovic's motivation and gratitude. He acknowledged how this hardship imposed early maturity, instilling a necessity to succeed for familial survival. The complex relationship with his father, marked by high expectations and pressure, contributed to Djokovic's self-assessment and drive, underlining the psychological weight accompanying his athletic development. Djokovic discussed serious injuries, including elbow and knee surgeries, detailing the physical and psychological challenges of recovery. He expressed initial disappointment at requiring surgery, but recognized it as necessary for continued high-level play. Commitment to rehabilitation and optimizing recovery became critical to prolonging his career. He shared insights about playing through pain and managing competitive demands while injured, highlighting the delicate balance between perseverance and self-care. The support and skepticism from his team regarding his ability to return for key tournaments motivated Djokovic to exceed expectations, demonstrating his dedication and resilience. Djokovic explored the complexity of competing amid hostile crowds, especially when facing popular rivals like Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal. He developed mental strategies to reframe negative external energy as supportive fuel by consciously altering his perception of the crowd's reactions. This mental reframing requires cultivated discipline and subconscious training, allowing Djokovic to maintain focus and perform under pressure. He emphasized the extensive role of subconscious processes in behavior and attitudes, underscoring the importance of managing internal narratives to succeed in adversarial conditions. Djokovic expressed intention to prepare for life beyond professional sport, with a strong interest in health, wellness, and well-being industries. Recognizing the challenges of athletic retirement, he focused on creating purpose-driven projects that reflect his values and leverage his experience. He described launching a hydration supplement brand and developing a multi-sensory recovery pod designed to facilitate rest and well-being in fast-paced modern life. These ventures illustrate Djokovic's commitment to promoting holistic health and his desire to channel his competitive drive into meaningful contributions outside tennis. Throughout the conversation, Djokovic highlighted the central role of his wife, Jelena, as a stabilizing and motivating force. Their long-term partnership includes mutual growth, honest communication, and shared involvement in career and personal projects. He acknowledged her capacity to provide constructive criticism and support through all facets of his life. He also described his parenting philosophy, emphasizing the importance of allowing children to experience boredom to foster creativity and mindful thought. This reflects Djokovic's broader values, connecting family, mental health, and well-being as integrated elements of a fulfilling life. Djokovic summarized his guiding principle as living in the present moment while learning from the past and working toward the future. He rejected advice grounded in vengeance or negativity, favoring kindness, compassion, and reciprocal generosity. His belief in embracing vulnerability, emotional authenticity, and continual learning is central to his mindset. His stance promotes accountability, where control is exercised over internal processes rather than external, uncontrollable factors. Djokovic's approach underscores resilience through practice, awareness, and connections to self, others, and the environment, forming the foundation of both his athletic and personal achievements.